Stellar Exile. The explosion happens so fast that I don't have time to be afraid. One moment, I'm replacing a faulty power coupling in the maintenance shaft, and the next, there's a brilliant flash of electricity and searing pain. The overloaded capacitor discharge sends thousands of volts through my body, stopping my heart instantly. My name is Victoria Hayes, and I just died. But somehow I'm still here. I'm floating above my own body now, watching Chief Engineer Rodriguez discover me slumped over the electrical panel. My face is pale, my eyes are open but seeing nothing. There's no doubt about it. I'm dead. Medical emergency in Maintenance Bay 7, Rodriguez shouts into his comm unit. Victoria's been electrocuted. Dr. Sarah Kim arrives within minutes, but I can see from her expression that it's too late. She goes through the motions anyway, Missy checking for pulse, attempting resuscitation, injecting stimulants Missy Ray, but we both know it's pointless. Time of death, 1432 hours, she says quietly. Cause of death, massive electrical shock, resulting in cardiac arrest. I want to tell her I'm still here, that I can see and hear everything, but when I try to speak, no sound comes out. When I try to touch Rodriguez's shoulder, my hand passes right through him. I'm dead, but I'm still conscious, still aware, still me. The next few hours are surreal. I watch my crewmates deal with my death in their own ways. Commander Zhang calls an all-hands meeting to announce the accident. Rodriguez blames himself for not checking the electrical systems more carefully. Doctor. But I'm right there with them, invisible and voiceless, watching it all unfold. We'll hold a memorial service tomorrow, Commander Zhang announces. Victoria was a valued member of our crew, and she deserves to be properly honored. I find myself oddly touched by this, even though I'm not really gone. Or am I? What does it mean to be dead if your consciousness survives? That night, I try to figure out the rules of my new existence. I can move through the station at will, unimpeded by walls or doors. I can see and hear everything normally, but I can't interact with physical objects or make myself known to the living crew. It's the loneliest feeling imaginable. I follow Dr. Kim as she works late in the medical bay, updating my personnel file and preparing my body for storage until we return to Earth. She moves with mechanical precision, but I can see tears on her cheeks. I'm sorry, Victoria, she whispers to my corpse. I should have gotten there faster. On the second day after my death, I make a discovery. While wandering through the station's computer core, I notice that electronic systems seem to respond to my presence, not directly mine. I still can't touch or manipulate anything physical, but somehow my consciousness can interact with electrical fields. Maybe I can learn to communicate through the ship's systems. I spend hours practicing, learning to influence the station's electronics through pure will. It's exhausting, if a consciousness can be exhausted, but gradually I gain more control. First I manage to make a terminal display gibberish text, then I learn to cause specific lights to blink in patterns. Finally, after days of effort, I succeed in typing a single word on a computer screen, help. But no one sees it. The terminal is in an unused storage bay, and my message goes unnoticed. By the fourth day, I'm becoming desperate. My crewmates are preparing for my memorial service, and they're already starting to move on with their lives. Soon they'll forget about me entirely, and I'll be trapped in this electronic limbo forever. I decide to make a more dramatic attempt at communication. During the evening meal, when all 5 surviving crew members are gathered in the galley, I focus all my energy on the room's lighting system. The lights begin to flicker in a deliberate pattern. 3 short flashes, 3 long flashes, 3 short flashes again. What's wrong with the lights? Asks Dr. Kim. Probably just a power fluctuation, Rodriguez replies. I'll check the electrical grid after dinner. The SOS pattern repeats. This time navigation specialist Chen notices. That's Morse code, she says. 3 short, 3 long, 3 short. SOS. Coincidence, Commander Zhang says dismissively. Electrical systems don't send distress signals. Victoria knew Morse code, she says quietly. Don't, Rodriguez warns. Don't go down that path. Victoria is dead. We all saw her body. But the seed of possibility has been planted. Dr. Kim becomes my most receptive audience. She starts talking to the empty air, asking questions, and waiting for responses that I try desperately to provide through electronic signals. I concentrate with all my might, and the lights flash twice. Dr. Kim gasps. How are you doing this? Are you still alive somehow? She stares at the screen for a long time. That's impossible. Consciousness requires a functioning brain. Your brain activity ceased 4 days ago. Don't know how. Still here. What's it like, being like this? I think about how to explain the indescribable loneliness, the frustration of being unable to touch or be touched, the strange freedom of movement through solid matter. Lonely, can't touch, can't be touched. Dr. Kim reaches out, as if to touch the computer screen where my words appear. I'm so sorry, Victoria. This must be terrifying. Not terrifying, just empty. That's when I realize what I really want, what I've been trying to accomplish with all these attempts at communication. Want to say goodbye. Dr. Kim arranges an impromptu gathering in the galley. She's told the others about our electronic conversation, and while Rodriguez and Commander Zhang remain skeptical, they're willing to participate. Victoria, Dr. Kim says to the empty air, we're all here. Can you communicate with us? I focus on the room's display screen and slowly type out my message. Thank you for being my family. Chen starts crying. Rodriguez crosses himself. Even skeptical Commander Zhang looks shaken. We love you too, Victoria, Dr. Kim says. You were the heart of our crew. No blame. These things happen. What's it like? Chen asks. Death, I mean. I consider the question carefully. How do you describe existing as pure consciousness, untethered from physical form? Not death, different kind of life, but not meant to stay. Something calling, time to move on. Where? Commander Zhang asks, his skepticism finally cracking. Where do you go from here? The truth is, I've been feeling it for the past day, a gentle pull, like a tide drawing me towards some distant shore. I've been resisting it, clinging to this electronic existence because it's familiar, because it keeps me connected to my friends. But I realize now that I've been holding on for the wrong reasons. I wasn't staying to help them. I was staying because I was afraid to let go. Will we see you again? Dr. Kim asks. I don't know if that's true, but it feels true. Death isn't an ending, it's a transition, and I've been lingering at the threshold long enough. Goodbye, love you all. The pull grows stronger, and I stop resisting it. The station around me begins to fade, becoming translucent and insubstantial. My crewmates continue talking, but their voices sound increasingly distant. I'm moving towards something I can't see or understand, but I'm no longer afraid. Death held no terror when it was sudden and unexpected. This conscious transition is actually peaceful. As the last traces of the station disappear around me, I have one final thought. Consciousness doesn't end with death, it transforms. We are more than our physical bodies, more than the electrical impulses in our brains. We are something that persists beyond the boundaries of life and death. I don't know what comes next, but I know I'll face it as myself, as Victoria Hayes, engineer, friend, and eternal consciousness exploring the infinite possibilities of existence. The last thing I hear is Dr. Kim's voice, calling out to the empty space where I used to be. Safe travels, Victoria. Thank you for saying goodbye. Somewhere that feels like coming home. The station continues its mission without me, but I know my crewmates will carry the memory of our impossible conversation with them forever. They'll know that death isn't the end, that consciousness persists beyond physical existence. And maybe, someday, when their own time comes, they'll remember that the transition isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace. I am Victoria Hayes. I was an engineer, a friend, a human being. And now I am something more, Mesa, a consciousness exploring the infinite mystery of existence beyond the boundaries of life and death. The journey continues. Just not in the way I expected.